Self-compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about motivating yourself with encouragement rather than criticism. That's a line from Kristin Neff that has always stayed with me. It's a simple yet powerful reminder that the way we speak to ourselves matters deeply. I'm Chibs Okereke, and welcome to the Daily Coach. Now, if you're anything like me, you've probably noticed how loud that inner critic can be. It's the voice that tells us what we did wrong, what we didn't do, or why we're not enough. That voice can be overwhelming, but today we'll explore how to quiet it. Together we're going to practice softening its harsh edges and finding the space to offer ourselves a little more kindness. When we learn to pause and meet self-criticism with gentleness, we create room for growth, clarity, and calm. Let's start by settling into a comfortable position. You might choose to sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, or rest on a cushion, or lie down, whatever feels supportive for you today. If it feels right, you might softly close the eyes or lower the gaze. And now let's bring our awareness to the breath. Without trying to change the breath, we're simply noticing the gentle rhythm of the inhale and the exhale. Perhaps we can feel the coolness of the air as it enters the nostrils, and the warmth of the air as it leaves the nostrils. Let's gently bring our attention to the body, starting with the forehead, the area right in front of our inner critic. Can we relax the forehead a little? And relaxing the jaw, moving to the shoulders now. Can we allow the shoulders to soften, letting them drop away from the ears? Maybe we notice the hands resting gently on the lap, or the feet pressing into the ground. Feeling free to scan through the rest of the body now. And if we sense any areas of tension, we might invite them to relax. But if they don't, that's okay too. We're simply noticing. We're observing without judgment. Now that we're a little more focused, perhaps a little more settled, I invite you to gently bring to mind a recent moment when your inner critic showed up. Perhaps it was a moment of self-doubt, a mistake you made, or even a moment of feeling not enough. Whatever arises is welcome here, and if nothing comes to mind, that's okay too. You're free to simply follow along. As we reflect on this moment, let's notice how it feels in the body. Perhaps there's a tightness in the chest, heaviness in the shoulders, or a flutter in the stomach. Whatever we notice is completely okay. There's no right or wrong way to feel. Now imagine the inner critic as something separate from you. Perhaps we see it as a figure, a voice, or even a cloud of energy sitting nearby. Would it be possible to gently observe it with curiosity? Noticing its tone, its shape, or its presence. Without judgment, simply allowing the inner critic to be here for a moment. If it feels right, let's now imagine responding to this critic with kindness, as if we were speaking to a dear friend in the same situation. What might we say to offer comfort? Perhaps we might say, "It's okay to feel this way. You're human." Or, "You're doing your best, and that's enough." Or maybe, "You're worthy of kindness, even in this moment." You're welcome to repeat these words silently in the mind, or maybe find your own words of support. Whatever feels right. Notice how it feels to offer yourself this kindness. Perhaps there's a sense of softening, or maybe just a small shift. And if nothing seems to change, that's okay too. Simply being here with yourself is enough. I invite you to imagine the inner critic softening, its edges becoming less sharp, its voice becoming a little quieter. Not because we've pushed it away, but because we've chosen to meet it with kindness. Let's sit here for a few more breaths, allowing this kindness to settle into the body. And now that we're a little more grounded, let's take a moment to reflect. Is there a particular situation in your life where your inner critic tends to show up? How might it feel to pause in those moments and respond with gentleness instead of judgment? The inner critic isn't just something that I talk about. It's something I've experienced firsthand. As a child, I was held to impossible standards. I'd often hear things like, "Why can't you do better?" or "That's not good enough." As an adult, the voices in my head were pretty similar. Every time I'd make a mistake or struggle with something, my mind would jump straight to thoughts like, "What's wrong with you?" or "Everyone's going to find out that you don't know what you're doing." It was relentless, and for a long time, I let it hold me back. It took me a while to realize that the voices in my head were those same critical voices I heard in my childhood. So I started asking myself this question: what would I say to a friend who felt this way? And the answer was never harsh. It was always encouraging. Now, as you go about your day today, I invite you to try a simple practice. The next time you hear your inner critic speaking up, I want you to pause, take a slow breath in and a slow breath out, and then gently ask yourself, what would I say to a close friend in this moment? You might find that those same words of encouragement are exactly what you need to hear. And as this practice comes to an end, let's bring our awareness to sounds. Sounds inside the room, sounds outside the room. We can gently wiggle our fingers and toes. And whenever we're ready, we can open the eyes and come back to the room. If you'd like to go deeper into practicing kindness towards yourself, you can try my 15-minute meditation for self-compassion. It's a great way to explore this practice further, and it will be showing on your screen now. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time for the Daily Coach.